nationwide injunction that blocked the Trump administration's attempt to deny most asylum claims at the U.S.-Mexico border. Reversing the move everywhere outside the Ninth Circuit means those who cross the border into California or Arizona will be able to seek asylum, while those entering in New Mexico and Texas will be barred unless they're from Mexico. The New York City Medical Examiner says Jeffrey Epstein killed himself in his Manhattan jail cell. The autopsy was released on Friday and determines the official cause of death as suicide by hanging. Dr. Cyril Red is a forensic pathologist. He remains skeptical of the findings.
I want to hear more. If they tell me he hurled himself down, fine. But if they're telling me that he was just kneeling down and he broke the hyoid bone and the cervical vertebrae, I'm sorry, I do not buy that.
This is USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
You guys have a great product, and I tell my friends about it. And I was actually talking to a guy the other day who I just met, and he takes them. So you put out a great product, and I want to thank you and your organization.
I just started using it, and my family's already seen the difference. And I have health issues. I have fibromyalgia, asthma, but all of a sudden everything's clearing up, and I'm feeling better, and my skin's better. My brother said I look 10 years younger already.
Wow. Okay.
My vision is clear. I already see the difference. People are seeing the difference, and my doctor's seeing the difference.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. For a limited time, you can receive a 30% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
Tragedy in Montgomery County, Texas, where 3 children are pulled out of a pond, but paramedics are not able to save them all.
When deputies arrived, they found 2 small children in a pond on the property here behind us. Deputies, along with citizens, administered CPR first aid, but unfortunately, their efforts were unsuccessful, and a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old male child had both passed.
That is Montgomery County, Texas Lieutenant Scott Spencer. The surviving child was taken to Texas Children's Hospital and is in stable condition. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is recovering from shoulder surgery. McConnell suffered a fracture in a recent fall. A statement from McConnell's office has called the surgery successful and says the Kentucky Republican is grateful for the skill of the surgical team that operated on him. And Hollywood icon Peter Fonda is dead at the age of 79. His rep confirmed that he passed but would not go into details on the cause of death. And this is USA Radio News.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290, 800-965-1290.
Police in Oregon are preparing for Saturday's dueling protests in downtown Portland. Law enforcement officers from the Portland Police Bureau, as well as Oregon State Police and the FBI, will be out in full force in an attempt to keep the peace. Oregon Democratic Mayor Ted Wheeler says hate from the left or right is not welcome in his city.
Well, as the police commissioner, my job is to give broad strategic direction. So what I'm telling the police bureau is no violence, no vandalism. Don't let the city get shut down. Make sure that people have the ability to go about their business.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets a break from the broadcast booth after surviving a plane crash. With more details, here's USA Radio Network's Robin Walensky.
Former NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's 44 years old, injured in a small plane crash in Tennessee. His wife Amy and 15-month-old daughter also on board. Earnhardt and his family members taken to the hospital to get checked out. The FAA says the Cessna business jet rolling off the end of the runway and catching fire. Videos on social media show a large cloud of smoke and the plane on its side. The cause of this accident under investigation.
The NTSB is investigating the crash. And please remember, take us with you wherever you go by downloading the iHeartRadio app. Search for USA Radio News and subscribe. For more news, check us out online at usaradionews.com as well. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
It's 8:05.
The views and opinions of the following show do not reflect those of WSMN, its owners, and/or associates.
She's crude, often misconstrued, and is actually a dude. Welcome to Life's a Drag. Say hi to New Hampshire's 2018 Entertainer of the Year. Your hostess with the mostest, Monique Too Soon.
Hi, you are listening to Life's a Drag. My name is Monique Too Soon. I am in boy form for the whole summer, so get used to it, people, because I am not putting on eyelashes, makeup, or hair until I stop sweating everywhere.
Samesies.
Wasn't that a good rhyme? That should be a song. I'll send it to Lizzo. Maybe she'll do it for me. So tonight I am here with my very special co-hosts that are here every single week. Well, not Caitlin. She's not always here. Sometimes she ditches us. But let's give it up for my co-host, Miss Patricia Hurley.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Nobody. Calm down, people. People in the back, calm down. Donald Trump cardboard cutout, calm down back there. Caitlin, and we're also here with Caitlin Sawinski.
Hello.
Who is my work lover.
Everyday work lover.
Meaning she loves your work?
No, we're like work wives. We're like lesbian work wives.
We get each other through the day.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And we just make fun of each other. We make fun of each other right in front of our clients, and we're horrible people.
But they love it.
They do. And we're also joined tonight by super male supermodel.
Brian, that's me, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Brian Smith.
Hi, Brian.
He is also dating the one and only Cricket Smith.
Correct.
Of Kingsborough, Mass,
Dating
who
her.
gets kicked off the beaches.
Actually, I would go as far as to say I was married to her.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So is she.
She gets thrown out of beaches everywhere.
Oh, I know. She's trouble. But
She is trouble.
Yep.
She's the best kind of trouble, though.
True enough. True enough.
And you guys have been married for like 20-something years, right?
Yeah, going on 22 years.
Wow, you got married when you were 10.
Yes.
That's so
She was-
Nebraska
she
of
was
you.
5.
That's really
That's definitely Idaho.
You guys were determined and committed at a young age.
Yeah.
But it turned out we were right. You know, all these years later.
Clearly.
We're still together.
And you only split up for 20 years in between.
I'm hoping to get back together with her tonight.
Cricket, if you're listening, he really does love you. Get together with him tonight. I love love.
Oh my God. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It really is. I have to turn down because I am definitely blowing up this microphone right now.
You're
that
blowing
looks a
up
lot
my
better.
ears as well.
Oh, shut up.
Mine is off now.
No, it's not.
It is. I swear to God. In the
Freshy.
headphones, I can't hear anything.
Really?
I could earlier, and then you twiddled knobs.
Uh-oh.
Now I don't hear anything.
So,
Oh, I can hear you in mine.
oh, there it is. I can hear you now.
okay, sorry, I turned yours down. I was trying to turn mine down because I was like, literally, I could only hear myself. You
Okay,
should have
yeah.
just told me you couldn't hear me.
No, I could.
What
still-
kind of guest are you?
Well, you know, I'm the kind that's not looking for trouble. I could still hear you.
Talking to the
Just
microphone.
Through the headphones, I could hear you.
You're already backing up too far.
Wow,
I know that's
this
your.
is-
I know that's your mo. I know that's your mo. Backing up.
It is absolutely. Well, you know me well.
Brian is my secret gay lover.
Well, it's really not that much of a secret.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially
Everyone
now
knows
that you
about
just talked about it on the radio.
Yeah, but nobody listens
there's
to our
nothing
radio
that
show.
Goes off. That nothing that he won't say on the radio.
Yeah.
I learned that.
Yeah.
And yet, surprisingly, he's still on.
I know.
We have good viewers. Are you kidding me? We have fans. We have
We usually
900
do.
followers on Facebook.
Right? And it's usually I'm one of them, but tonight I'm here instead.
I know, but you're still listening inside.
It doesn't even make sense.
Right.
Is it
Well,
supposed to?
Yes.
No, it doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to. This is life's a drag, and life is a drag sometimes. Like,
Yep.
it's a drag when you want a steak, but you can't get one.
Right?
That is really sad.
That's true.
I know.
Was that your hardest problem today?
No, I had Sarku Japan from the mall, and I'm totally full.
Sarchukupcha?
Sarku.
And you had the teriyaki chicken, didn't you?
Oh my God.
Even though you could have just had it for free by getting the samples, you went and got it.
I know
anyway.
Brian told us the plan. So tell everyone out here how to get free Sarku Japan at the mall.
Just walk around the food court in circles. In 3 or 4 trips by Sarku, you will have had an entire serving of teriyaki chicken.
Yeah, but they usually get like the leftover crap that's been sitting on the grill for like an hour and then put that on a tray.
I know, but free is free.
Yeah, but-
I'm sorry.
But if you're walking around the food court for a free meal, you can hardly afford to be picky about it.
Well,
Honest,
if
don't
you wanted
don't
a
think?
free
I mean-
meal at this point, why don't you just take someone's half-eaten Chick-fil-A out of the trash can? Like, why walk around for the sample when you can get a whole half a burger out of the trash can? Because I've seen some of those high school girls eat. They order food, they look at it, they sniff it, and then they throw it in the trash.
And they throw it away. Yeah.
They're like, I'm so full. I took a smell.
Is there a Chick-fil-A at the mall?
Yeah.
There was. Is there
Yeah.
still?
And isn't it Chick-fil-A?
No, it's Chick-fil-A, and you don't want to support them because they're anti-gay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They donate to
And
a
they're,
lot of anti-gay stuff.
And they're also, I mean, I'm not trying to say this is a negative thing necessarily, but they're also like very, is it Catholic or Christian?
I think they're a Christian company. They're closed
like
on Sundays.
Closed on Sundays, which
like
is
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, which is a weird thing in the mall because like I used to work there 30 years ago. And if your store was closed any of the 7 days, you had to pay a massive fine.
Oh, really?
Being closed if the mall was open. So I assume they must have to pay this fine just to be closed on Sundays. I don't know if that's true.
When I worked at the mall too, and it was a snow day, we had to wait until one of the major 4 stores closed, like Macy's.
Yep, the
or
Anchors.
Yeah, the Anchor store had to close during a snowstorm in order for the rest of the mall to close. And if you closed early and they didn't, you were fined.
Yep.
Wow.
I used to manage a hobby store that was there called Eric Fuchs. I don't know if you guys would remember
No.
that, if anybody would, but
what did they sell?
It was a hobby store. We sold like electric trains and model kits and like radio controlled
I can
planes.
totally see you working there.
Yeah, of course. I'm a nerd, right? So
You're a nerd?
And back then, if you were late, like if it was snowing out as a blizzard and you were 15 minutes late, there'd be a guy from Simon Malls outside the store with a clipboard, like noting that you opened late.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some like rent-a-cop.
Yep.
Wow.
And if something happened, like I remember at one point there was like an emergency, somebody couldn't get in there, somebody died or something, and they like fined their store for not being open. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's still like that. This was
They're
a long
very
time ago.
serious,
Do
those
they
mall
still
cops.
open super early in the morning so the older people can walk the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah, those people are ridiculous.
That's so cute. I think that's adorable.
Have you seen them walk though? They walk like
Yeah.
they're like on a mission. Like there's a leather bag on sale and they have to get there as fast as they can.
Because they're trying to stay in shape, trying to stay
Right.
young.
Or they're just
Keep it
trying to fill
fresh.
up their day with something.
And then later in the day, after they're done walking, when the mall-
Wow.
when the mall is open, they just sit in the like public areas. Like I went there today, and all the old people that are usually walking in the morning are sitting in like the public areas, just sitting watching everybody
Taking
else.
up all the couch space.
Well, so like I think they walk and then they people watch.
Oh, I could do that though.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh, I
going to be
could
Patty as a
spend-
senior citizen.
I could spend my whole day people watching.
So in 5 more years, Patty, that's what you're going to be doing.
5 more years when I'm old.
Why 5?
Because she's 50 now, and when you turn 55, you get senior citizen discounts.
I'm gonna be 44 next month. So,
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's such a horrible age.
I'm the oldest one,
You're a
right?
Virgo
Yeah.
baby? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Virgo babies together.
When's your birthday, Caitlin, again?
I'm the 20th.
And-
September 20th.
Yeah, and you're the. Don't tell me.
Oh, sorry.
I knew it too. I was going to say the 19th, but I was off by a day.
Yep.
You're so close. Maybe we should have like a double-breasted birthday party.
Oh God. Oh no.
Mm.
Double-breasted, like a jacket.
Well, Patty's
I
triple-breasted.
enjoy my own attention. No
Yeah,
offense
but-
to Caitlin.
Wow.
I can print up all these nudes of you guys, and we can wear them as stickers on our shirts.
I don't. No. We did that already for a party. That's used up. That's a used up idea.
We literally did that for our friend Sam. She sent me a picture of her topless, and I decided to turn it into stickers, and we all wore them for her birthday party.
Well, yeah, that sounds good. What did she think of it?
She was not happy.
Well,
but
she showed
she
up
got
and we
over
all
it.
had
Sam,
had
what'd you think of it?
Yeah.
Oh, is she
Sam is-
listening?
Yeah, she's listening.
Oh, Sam.
Well, it's about time she listens. It's like the third episode
I
she's
was just
listened
about,
to.
I was
Let her
just
have
about
a
to say
little
she's not
input.
listening.
Yeah.
Has Cricket ever listened? Is she listening tonight because you're
Cricket's
on?
here.
She
Oh.
might be.
joined.
Yeah, I don't know. I listen all the time. Usually I'm at work.
I know
So
you do.
I can listen to it on my
But
phone.
none of our friends actually listen anymore.
Really?
They're horrible
I
people.
find that odd. Why is that?
Cricket's too busy making Facebook phone calls to us while we're here.
I think it's mostly because they probably have to deal with us in real life.
Yeah,
Like, they
and-
don't
Right.
need to
Yeah,
listen to
how
us
much
for an
do you
hour
need,
on
right?
Friday.
Yeah, and they know we're like the same way we are on the radio, like we are in person, except much less foul language.
Much less
Oh,
foul
much
language. Yeah.
less.
Yeah. We're not allowed to swear on the radio.
Right.
So I do want to bring up the fact that I do have a show on September 28th. It's 2-part night. So from 6 to 7 p.m., there's a show called Showmo. And I have 8 girls competing to win a spot in my show. And one of them is going to win this Showmo audition of a sense. And then they're going to perform in our night show, which starts at 8:30. And that is our like normal every couple of months show at the California Room. We
Okay.
have like 6 amazing performers, and the tickets are $18 for that, and they're $10 for the Showmo show. You can go to both, or you can go to one. But if you go to both, the tickets are $3 cheaper. So make sure you buy the combined ticket. and you can buy the ticket under a specific drag queen's name. So if you buy your ticket under, say, Kalia Lee, she'll get recognized that she sold a ticket, which is going to give her a
It's one of the areas they're being judged.
yeah,
on.
they're being judged on it. So it's going to give her like a little notch on the pad.
Yeah, it's going to give her
A little
A little boost.
a little check
Now,
on the pad.
All these queens that are going to try out, are they all? Is it anybody that you know already?
I
Is it all
actually have
brand new
never
people?
seen a single one of them perform, so I'm so excited.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
And I know that, like, you know, some of them may not be at the level yet to be part of a Showmo show, but it's always fun to see, like, drag queens that are going to be up and coming, and
yeah,
you see, like, the work they have put into it, because every drag queen puts some kind of passion into what they do.
Yeah, of course.
So even if a drag queen is not at the level yet of a show, you can tell that she's put something into it, and I like that. I love to see
Absolutely.
the passion and that little sparkle in their eyes, and
Yeah.
I like to see their horrible tucks and you know what they decide to make their boobs out of that night. You know,
Right.
because I've seen drag queens come in with tissues, and I blow my nose on them and put them back.
You know, honestly, I would have to say too that I've never been a drag queen, but
kind of
playing in bands and stuff like that, and like auditioning bands to play at a show. If you are a performer, an artist of some kind, you know that even just putting enough effort in to get to the audition is more than most people will be willing to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so much work that for sure that they'll all try their best to impress you, you know?
And of course, there's a cash prize too, so they're going to be working hard for
Right,
that.
right.
And I'm glad to see new talent, because I like to add people to my shows, but I can't just keep adding people to my shows and not have them deliver.
Right.
Because my shows are expensive, and the reason my shows are expensive is because you're paying for real performers. You're not getting
Right.
local club filler talent. Like, you're not getting drag queens that are just hired to fill in space.
Right.
And I hate to use that word, but there are filler queens out there.
And you do so many shows and have so many of the people that return to see every show.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of professionalism, I think, that the people that go to the shows expect.
Yeah.
You know?
They
Absolutely.
expect to be wowed.
And
and wow.
And I've booked professional queens before that I'm like, what a filler queen, like that, just
Really?
nothing to them. And so this is why I'm holding auditions. I'm going to do the auditions 2 to 3 times a year, because I really, really want to like get fresh faces on a rotating schedule too.
Right.
Because I tend to book the same 5 girls because I love them dearly, and I'm going to continue booking those same 5 girls, but I'd love to throw another face in there.
And then are you going to judge these auditions just yourself?
It's being judged by me, Mia Easylay, and Anaya Bangkok.
Oh, okay.
So we're
I petitioned to be one of the judges, and
Really?
he keeps turning me down. So maybe you and I can just sit in the back and quietly judge them.
Judge them like, well, that's what
I'll
I
give
do
you judging.
anyway.
I'll give you score sheets so you can score them.
Absolutely.
That would be kind of cute. We
I'm
should
still
give them to the
holding out
whole
for my
audience.
megaphone, though.
Cute.
We should print them. We should print up score sheets for the whole audience and let the whole audience feel like they're involved too.
That's super
not-
cute.
Yeah, and I
That's
mean,
a
we
good
won't be
idea.
using their sheets, but they can give them to the
No,
drag
we
queens
won't
after.
even we won't even care what's on the sheet.
Well, yeah, but what would be kind of neat is if people did actually fill them out for a queen and were able to give them some advice, or be like,
right, yeah,
Yeah,
Some,
like no
your
hate.
song didn't do anything for me. You know,
like some constructive criticism. You know?
I don't like your ankles,
Right.
girl. What you wearing? A prom dress?
Bowling shoes.
So starting next week, we actually have some of the contestants. I don't have them all coming on the radio.
Did some of them not want to, or
I think that they just don't have the time, and I know some of them don't live anywhere near here. Some of them are from like Borston.
Oh,
They're from Borston.
I can't even remember the last time I went there.
You're always in Borston. That's where you get your summer color.
That's Borston. That's the Russian neighborhood.
Yeah, that Natasha and Boris live there. So starting next week, we do have queens on, and it looks like every week for 3 weeks we have 2 of the queens. One of them's a judge, and then the week after that,
a judge of what?
one of the judges for the pageant or the auditions. We're booked out actually up until October 4th right now. We have guests every week until October 4th.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So if you want to be on the show, sorry,
so how
you can't.
is one of the girls auditioning also a judge?
No, it's one of the judges and one of the girls auditioning.
Oh.
So it's Anaya and Kalia Lee,
I
who's
got
like her
it. I
twin
got it.
sister.
When is that?
That one is September 13th, Friday the 13th. And so August 23rd, which is next week, we have contestants Cordelia Rose and Trisha LaFay.
Mm.
Trisha LaFay.
Are they on Facebook so I can troll them before?
I don't think
That's a
they're
good
on
idea.
Facebook under their drag names.
Okay.
But they are on Facebook and they're really good people. I've been in a group chat with them and I don't think they know that I'm a jackass sometimes, and they don't know
I'm
that.
sure they figured that out pretty quickly.
Yeah, because I was making comments and like one of them seemed to get a little nervous, and I'm like, honestly, don't believe anything I say. I'm a drunk and, and I say a whole bunch of stuff to sound scary, but I'm not scary at all. And I'm like, you're gonna meet me in person and be like, she's drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
So I saw the posts you made about, to get people to audition. So you must have had a lot of people. You must have had a lot of people that auditioned that you don't know at all.
I don't know, and I don't think I've ever met. I probably met them because I worked at a club for a long time. Hattie, you're not supposed to nosedive into the microphone. That's not how you give Brian a clue that he's too far away.
Right.
She took it like a
So
champ,
now-
though.
Yeah, well, the great part
Well,
about
because
that
the last
was
time I did it, I was being made fun of for making it look inappropriate. So I wanted to be
That
sure.
still looked inappropriate. It looked like you were like,
and what was great about that was it not only signaled me to get closer to the mic, but I was about to feel really stupid for not being close enough.
Yeah.
And then she bounced her head off of it, and she clearly was the stupidest one in the room. So I'm like, oh, nobody's even paying attention.
and she just
to
got
me.
even stupider. She choked on her own tongue for a second there. And nobody got up to give her the Heimlich. We all just looked and laughed at her.
Like, what are you doing?
Dying.
You so dumb, girl.
Why are you turning blue?
I'm not dumb. Wicked
Yeah,
smart.
usually when she does it, she's like, get close to the microphone.
This is not
And
at
it
all
looks like
what I
she's on a
do.
date and someone just bought her a drink.
Oh, wow.
Like, seriously, girl, calm down. It's a microphone.
That's not what I do.
It's not
You
an
know
ice
better.
cream cone, girl.
He knows
She
better
just
than to listen to you.
heard that it was called Mike and assumed that it was.
She's like, oh, is this my gym teacher? Mike?
What?
My gym teacher's name was Mike. So every time I hear the name Mike, I think of my gym teacher.
Oh, no.
Who is not cute, by the way.
The gym teacher at my school is now the principal of the same high school.
Was it a
that
man or a
Connor was there.
woman?
Wow,
A man.
really?
Yeah, because have you ever had a woman gym teacher? They always had a mullet. They always had like a bleach blonde mullet, and
Yep.
like they always wore short shorts with like a skin tight t-shirt, and they were always like, Judy, get on the field. You know, like they were so aggressively loud, and especially with the girls, like they never talked to the guys, but they were like, Beth, get your butt out of the locker room now.
Yeah.
Hit the showers.
Yeah.
I got a camera in there.
Be hitting the girls with a field hockey stick. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, making them play with basketballs and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a gym teacher like that in middle school. She was the health teacher too.
Oh, my gym teacher was the health
That's a
teacher
commonality,
too.
yeah.
So we learned how to put condoms on from our gym teacher, which was really weird when you're in the locker room naked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that must have been really weird. Yeah.
Well, it didn't happen at the same time, but it was just weird later when you were in the locker room and your gym teacher, like you just see her in the face and she's 2 minutes ago, she was putting a condom on a banana.
What was your female gym teacher doing in your locker room?
No, it was the male gym teacher that was in the locker room. It was just a joke, girl. Calm
Well,
down.
okay.
Nose dive into the headphone again.
I was about to file a complaint.
Into the headphone.
Oh man, I did have a teacher that was, I forgot what he taught. I think it was like social studies or something, but I literally tried to get detention in his class every day because he was so hot. And I'm like, if I could just get detention, I could marry him.
Yeah, there's
Really?
kind of been a couple of teachers in the school that I went to that are no longer allowed to be teachers because they decided to have relationships with students.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't have a relationship with me. I just tried really hard.
Well,
I used to like wear skimpy like half shirts to class and be like, hey.
did you wear the ones that were like mesh?
Yeah, and you could like see my nipples and my belly.
Like a penny.
And I'd like walk into class and it was like neon orange and I had
I
like
can
the bangs
totally-
that went up in the front.
I can totally see you in one of those 80s little crop top mesh shirts. with,
Performing
like,
She's a
the
Maniac.
Kool-Aid Man, or, like,
Maniac.
So you were dressed like Madonna in Desperately Seeking Susan.
Yeah, I had like 27 bangle bracelets on. And I would be like, I have a question.
Whoa.
Who was at the war yesterday? And I was just so over the top in that class. I'd be like, hi, I'm here.
So
And
you're normal.
I saw him
Yeah,
at a gay
so-
bar like after I graduated and I tried again and he just wasn't into me.
Wow.
Which
You
was
were a
really
student.
sad. I think I don't want to say why on the air because it's inappropriate, but I think I know why he wasn't into me.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't know what that means?
No.
I do know what it means.
Oh, I was gonna say. It's just two people wanting the exact same thing, and when you're in a gay relationship, you don't get the same thing.
Oh, I thought you meant like you had to clap or something.
Oh, in high school? No, girl. I didn't even do anything nasty until I was 18.
In high school.
I don't believe
I
that.
waited until I was out of high school, I think. I know it was 18. I was 18 because I went on a date with a blind deaf guy. No, he wasn't blind. He was just deaf. And I didn't know he was deaf before the date. And we went to the movies on our first date. I took a deaf guy to a movie on our first date because I didn't know. He didn't tell me because it was internet dating back then, and I didn't have a phone because you had to have like the dial-up phone, and you couldn't be on the computer and the phone at the same time. So it's like,
oh my God, you were in those old internet chat rooms.
Yeah, like AOL, and I was like, oh, let's go to the movies, and we went to see Deep Blue Sea, the first one. That's how old this is.
Wow.
And we went to the movies, and we get there, and he's just like, and I'm like, oh my God, you can't hear? And he's like, no. I'm like, why are we at the movies? You should have told me this. Thank God he could read lips.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would have thought when you said, let's go do something that involves you hearing, he might have said something.
I was so
right
excited
away.
to see the movie. I think he just did it for me, and then I had to pay him back after.
You know, I would have been like, that's not going to work out. I can't hear.
Yeah. Well, he liked the movie, he said.
Well, LL Cool J was in that movie.
Yeah, and he can read those lips.
There you go.
I'd love to read LL Cool J's lips.
And there used to be silent movies too, so apparently they can come across even if you can hear, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We should do something soon where we just try and like act out a movie as it's playing. We'll like mute it and we'll be like, hi, Becky, let's go to the movies tonight. Be like, Barla said no. Barla said no, girl.
Have you ever seen Mystery Science Theater 2000?
No.
When the little robots make comments about the movies that are on?
Yeah.
I've always
You've
wanted
never
to
seen
do that.
No.
You got
Oh, wow,
you
I'm
would
surprised.
No,
It would
I'm
have
not,
to be
'cause
a
it's
good
on sci-fi.
movie.
Yeah, I don't think you would watch that channel.
I'd
but
rather
it's
watch
really
Elvira
funny.
do that.
Although
Right,
we still have to make our movie from the space movie that we want to make. We have so much that we need to do.
Space movie.
Space Boobs Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
But we were talking between last week's show and this week's show about how we're going to get together one night and actually film commercials for large companies and see if they share them on Facebook.
Okay.
So,
I think that we should do it not to see if they share it on Facebook, but to say we could advertise for you. Try and get some advertisements.
yeah, and me and Caitlin have been coming up with commercials all week at the
You
salon.
guys just randomly pick companies that you want to do this for?
Yeah, like we'll do one for Farmers Only, and we'll just show Patty, and we'll put like black out her front teeth, so she's like missing two of them. She's like, "Howdy, y'all! Can I have a chance with you?" And she'll just be like laying in the grass, like, "I love grass." That would be the best commercial ever. You know, Farmers Only would get a kick out of it, and they'd probably share it.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know about that.
You're doing
I think
it.
if that would feel like we were more making fun of them than we were actually.
Well, hey, if it gets us views on Facebook and
Oh
more
my
likes on our
God.
page,
So funny.
Maybe
and we
we
need
should-
to do the thing where we're wrapped up as babies.
I definitely wanted to do things that you know how they.
She won't do it with us.
Why?
Wrapped up as baby.
She won't do it. She refuses.
Oh, well, we can do it.
Yeah,
We
we'll
can
be twins.
Be twins.
Yeah.
But what's going to
We can
happen
be
then?
frickin' frack.
We can keep our feet out and be baking an egg.
They want to like wrap themselves up and pretend that they're like newborns. So
And
you
you-
know how they
and
do
then-
those announcements? Where it's
That
like,
is a good
It'd be
idea.
like Patty
Yeah.
and Rob, twins.
Yep.
Be like, one likes corn, the other one has diarrhea all the time. Like something stupid on that.
Yeah, I don't think that's funny.
Cricket's texting me.
We're gonna have to.
I'll do a
Why?
commercial, see if Snoop Dogg will put it out there.
Great.
Well, of course, Cricket's going to do a commercial for
For
Snoop
Snoop Dogg.
Dogg.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's-
Cricket, queen of the marijuana.
Well, there is worse things you could be, I suppose.
Yeah, Cricket literally could be like the queen of the marijuana.
You think so?
She
Yeah.
may well be.
She might be.
For all we know, yeah.
You can't walk by Cricket without getting contact high.
Right.
I didn't feel it. I didn't even smell it on her.
So you can't even talk right now. You can't even talk right now. It's just being in Brian's presence.
I walked by her
didn't even
clearly
smell
before
it
I
on
could.
her Wednesday, she says.
No, I
What?
didn't.
Thanks
So,
for the cheese, by the
clear-
way.
Oh, you
Oh.
went to the party?
I didn't, but she sent
Cricket
me
did.
home some
Oh,
cheese.
she did?
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't go. I had to work. And I can't reschedule clients right now because I've been doing it a lot. Because I have a kid and sometimes he throws up and I have to stay home.
Right.
nah.
No, that's never happened actually.
I was
No.
gonna say. You didn't tell me you got sick.
No, I don't get no.
No, I think that when you have a kid, that tends to happen anyway. But no, she came over on Wednesday night, and see, you're wrong. So she doesn't. You can't always smell it on her.
No, that's true.
Did she have her lunchbox?
No.
No, I think she didn't know, who else would be there or whatever. She wasn't really sure what was going on.
Oh, okay.
She's like, I'm going to Patty's. And I said, okay, well, have fun. What are you doing? She's like, I don't know.
There was a wine party and
Wine and wellness, yeah.
yeah, were you talking about vitamins and stuff?
Yep, just some nutrition stuff. Talking, socializing, talking about health,
So
talking about
what
nutrition.
part of the wellness is the wine part?
The
how do
wine
those
part is
con-
the social part.
Okay.
And we honestly ended up chatting for, it was an hour and a half long. When I really try and respect people's time when I have them over.
Why?
We ended up yapping for a solid hour and a half. And then I was like, oh my God, we tried to fit everything in like 5 minutes, but it was a ton of fun.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the most important
How
part.
fun.
Heather Wheeler came over.
Oh, Heather.
No,
she
I
never
love
comes to
her.
our parties. We
Well-
never invite her though.
She comes to my
I always forget. Like she's someone that I always want to invite everywhere, but I always forget to.
Well, I think when you don't hang out with someone for a
A
very,
long time.
really long time,
We
that
weren't allowed to.
in the moment. That had nothing to do with it. I think we just, have
We're
different
not
lives,
allowed
and
to. What do you mean?
We can't go into that. That's a long story. We don't have 2 hours.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We're gonna have to invite her now. Next time we have like a game night, we should have like a game night, and maybe
Yeah.
we'll do the commercials at like a game night instead of having game night. We'll do commercials all night with everybody, and it'll be so fun. We'll just film commercials and then we'll edit them. And
I mean, game night never fails to be entertaining.
well, usually it ends up
Always,
with like you and Danny just talking somewhere, and the rest of us laying on the couch waiting for you to come into the room,
making fun of us.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh my god, they're on another tangent, and then we have
Well,
to start setting the timer for
he seems-
Danny with his
and then
stories.
Rob
Well, I mean-
slowly starts getting aggravated, and everyone has to listen to him for the next hour. Just
Patty's never invited again.
Save me.
Clearly, she's bothered by game
Save
nights.
me.
Well, I mean,
That's because Patty stopped getting drunk years ago.
I haven't.
I definitely have a couple of beverages, but it's not worth it to me. I wake up the next day and I feel awful, and I waste a whole day feeling awful. I don't like it.
How did you feel after the show at Martha's?
It took me days to
I was
recover.
gonna say, yeah.
Days.
That wasn't her. That was Patricia.
That was my alter ego, because that was the first time that I had drank more than like 2 drinks in months and months and months. And I went into work on Monday, and my boss was like, "What's wrong with you?"
You
And I
still
was like, "If
hungover?
I licked my arm right now, I'm sweating vodka." It was crazy.
Right? Well,
I wish. But yeah, so that was my first time in a really long time of just kind of letting loose and having a few beverages, and I paid for it dearly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And it was one of those
I
mornings
wish you
where
would
you
get that
wake
drunk
up.
at my house like that because you're so much fun when you're drunk like that.
I'm not.
and
I'm
you're
a
not.
mess.
You're not fun when you're
Remember-
not drunk like that.
That's not true.
Do you
I'm fun
remember-
anyway, but I'm not like it's not worth it.
do you remember when she was drunk at your house at game night and we had to leave and she got
Wicked pissed.
infuriated that
Yeah.
me and Cricket had to leave? Yeah.
And
Well,
she was like,
that's the thing. Now that they live an hour away,
Right. Yeah, now that it's
like
a
nobody
trek to
stays
get
out
there.
at night. So so you have a bunch of drinks and you're getting buzzed and you're feeling a little drunk, and then everyone leaves, and you're
no,
like,
but we still have fun when they
"No."
leave. We watch horror movies. We braid each other's hair. I paint
But
your
see,
toes.
if I'm drinking and we turn on a horror movie, I go right to sleep.
Well, we could do more than horror movies. There's plenty we could do.
Yeah.
Stop being a lame-o Alabama.
Oh my god.
We can go and make movies.
If we're gonna make movies, I'll come over and I'll have some beverages.
Well, let's do movies. Like, let's plan a date, and me, you, and Caitlin will have a slumber party. We'll do our commercials, and then we'll do like a friend version, like after we test drive us 3, because we're Life's Drag. You're not Life's a Drag. You're just a guest.
That's right. And then
the only
there's-
thing that you have to promise is that you will take all technology away from me.
Yeah, I'm putting a new password in your phone until you're done being drunk because you text everybody when you're drunk. She unblocks people and texts them.
Yep.
And like she's like, I'm gonna unblock this person I haven't talked to since 1993, and I'm gonna send him a text. And then she wakes up the next day and she's got like 14 different messages going on, and she's like,
Yep.
what did I do last night?
And there was that other movie that we scripted out with Danny was going to be in the cooler.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
can't
the
talk
one
about
that-
that one on the
yeah.
air.
Was that the night that you
That was
tapped out?
Yeah, that was going to be an adult film, and Danny was going to
So
be
you were
the
gonna be-
star
you were-
real estate agent.
You're
and-
gonna throw beer bottles at him, right?
Yeah, and
yeah,
and everyone else was going to be like a homeless person, and Danny was going to walk by, and they were just going to take advantage of Danny. And
Yeah.
And I was so drunk when I came up with this, and amongst other things, and it was just hysterical. And then I was like, and you're gonna throw beer bottles at him, because I was drunk and I didn't even know what I was talking about. And then Cricket's like, why? I don't want to hurt Tanny. And I'm like, how are you gonna knock him out?
Yeah. She said, why do we throw bottles? And he said, how else are we gonna knock him out?
And I was so serious about it. Like, this movie was happening in my head.
And at some point, Danny decided to say, I have a question about, like, why are we? And he's like, get back in the cooler.
And then somebody asked me why I wasn't in the movie, and I'm like, people would just get too turned on if I was in it.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, can we all be in the movie? He's like, you can all be homeless. No, thanks. Hopefully that'll be my big break.
And then I was talking about, Danny, bring me home those commissions checks.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if Rob has no beverages, 3 beverages, or 27 million beverages. He's the cruise director, and he makes all the decisions.
That's true.
Correct.
I'm alpha.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha boy.
Yeah.
Alpha girl.
I'll be honest, though, he hasn't really led us wrong too often. We generally have a good time.
Really?
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah,
I'm glad somebody in this room
I would say
appreciates me,
wow.
aside from Caitlin.
I mean, honestly, how many bad times have you had at game night? Not too many.
Not too many.
Exactly. And how many bad nights have we had together? Only the one where Danny bought up Donald Trump.
Oh God.
Oh, the one night when yeah.
And you had to leave the
I
house
left the
because
house.
Danny exposed his Republican ways to you.
Don't say that. Don't
he's
say
not
that.
really. He's not really a Republican.
I'm
but
a registered Republican. So.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Did you vote for Sarah Palin?
No, I did not vote for Sarah Palin.
Nah.
No, I always have a good time. I always have
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it depends. I mean, I can be very moody. So if I'm not in the right place,
She's been moody a lot this year. She had like 1 week where she was glowing,
yeah.
and now she's back.
No.
She's Daria again.
Daria.
Wah, wah.
Ooh la 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 la. This is my stop.
Yeah, no, I'm not Daria again. I'm just having a bad day. That's all.
Stop
All
having a
right,
bad
well,
day. You should have
can
had a
accept
drink
that.
with us.
Oh, I had so much to do at home. It's so much to do. I'm
Like-
a very,
like play with
very
Snuggie?
busy woman. Okay, there's these things happening and the other things, and the big thing.
We're planning a
Really,
little
girl? I'm your
line
I'm your
event.
only I'm your
I have
only
a
friend,
lot.
and I wasn't there.
You're not my only friend. Although it was funny when we were talking the other night. Heather, I've known for over 20 years, and Kathy, a woman that was there, I've known since 2000, so almost 20 years. And then Cricket, been like 5 years or whatever. And Kathy was like, how come I don't know any, like all of these friends that I've had for decades, and none of them know each other.
Right.
Because they probably don't mix well
I
together.
didn't even really think of that until Kathy said that on Wednesday. And I was like, wow, I really do.
There's only
Yeah.
certain people you can bring around our crowd.
That's
I
absolutely
wouldn't
true.
keep anyone away from you guys.
Oh, trust me, there are people I would keep away from you guys.
What?
Like my hot straight guy friends. I would keep them away from you, Patty. You're like a ravenous tiger right now.
You don't keep me
Really?
away from
I'm a
Patty.
ravenous
She sees
tiger
a straight
right
guy
now.
walking down the street. She throws herself out the window
I
and
thought-
lands on top of him.
You told me I was the hottest straight guy you knew. and
You're
you don't
not
keep me
straight.
away.
You're bendy. You're like spaghetti. When you get hot, you start to bend.
I suppose you could say that. I would say ziti, maybe.
Oh, I love a ziti. I love a stuffed
Little
manicotti.
ribbed, some ribbed action going on
Oh,
there.
I love it.
Lasagna.
A lasagna. You're a lasagna. You're
I
more of a
love how you talk
manicotti.
about I have this like entirely pathetic love life, and yet you talk about it like I'm some sort of man fiend.
Well, I'm the same way. We're always looking out the window like, ooh, and then Patty gets out the window before me because she runs faster.
Gets out the window.
I've seen her nose dive onto the pavement before just missing a guy as he walks by.
You're headed
And
down the
this guy had a
stairs. and
dog,
she's
so she was like,
free-falling.
yes,
Well,
mine.
that's the thing. Like if you have a dog, I'm way more interested in the dog than you.
Yeah.
Well, fair
Mhm.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't like people as much as I like animals.
No, absolutely not. I agree.
Speaking of animals, if our parent pugs are pregnant, which they assume they are because they get pregnant every time they do it. Good streak.
Yeah.
That means we will have a Thanksgiving white puppy.
Oh.
So she will be ready to go home on Thanksgiving.
Now, are you going to take a white pug, whether it's a boy or a girl?
No,
or
we're only taking a girl, and there has to be two, apparently. Remember when I was told it was the first one out?
Yeah.
Well, apparently the breeder's getting the first one, and we get the second one. So that's changed. I know.
Now, why is
I
it
don't-
important that you only want a girl?
I only want a girl because the male dogs are starting to pee on things outside that I don't want pee on,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
side of my hot tub.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, they
really?
like the ladder to the swing set. They just lift their leg on everything, and I'm just done with it. Like
You guys should make a little portion of your yard and put a small little makeshift fence up and bring them there every time they go to the bathroom, and then that way they learn that that's where they go to the bathroom.
we were thinking about that too. And the thing is like after this year, the male dogs are so old; they only have a year or two left in them anyway, which is horrible. I don't want to even
It's
say that.
something you should start teaching the younger ones.
I don't care about the females though. The females don't lift their legs.
I know, but it's like walking through bombs in the back of your
No,
yard.
we pick up the poop before you guys come over. Danny is really good at picking
The
up the
last
poop.
time that we played, remember when we played softball or
Yeah.
wiffle ball? It was like
We had to dodge them
we had-
as we
yeah,
were
we
running
had
to
to-
the bases.
It ended up being a like dodge
well, there
them
wasn't
wiffle ball
supposed to
game.
be dodgeball happening out back.
Well, I'm
So
just saying.
Danny didn't pick him up that day. And I would have loved it if someone had stepped in one and slipped and fell in another one. Like that would have been amazing.
We used one for third base.
To be fair, it was sort of like a pop.
Take a left at Sexy's turn.
Yeah, right. Or you could use them as bases. You could really slide into first.
Ah, too soon.
far.
Nobody likes dung base. Oh, I am the great Dung Holio. Do you remember Beavis and Butthead,
that was
Brian?
awesome. Yes,
I've been seeing Beavis and Butthead so much lately.
Yeah.
Like people are sharing Beavis and Butthead memes and
Yeah, yeah, and that's where Daria came from, and they used to call her Diarrhea Cha Cha Cha.
Yep.
And then she got her own spin-off because she was so bullied by them.
Yeah, and then they had the movie, right? Remember where they?
Oh,
met their
Beavis and Butthead
parents?
to America.
Yeah,
Yep. And they went on like that senior citizen tour bus of like the Grand Canyon and like broke
Yeah.
the Hoover Dam.
And like they met their parents, right? Their fathers.
Oh, see, I don't remember that, but I wish I had seen that now. I gotta watch it now. I can't. Well, I tried watching the original Beavis and Butthead like on YouTube one night. I couldn't watch it anymore. I was like, this was so bad. How did I ever get into this?
I know. Yeah. That's-
I can watch Daria, but I can't watch Beavis
You know
and
what
Butthead.
I
like,
call that is I call it the Gumby factor.
oh,
And the reason for that, you guys familiar with Gumby? You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
Gumby is?
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
I was
Patty's-
little,
Patty's
I was
aunt.
obsessed with Gumby. I thought Gumby was the coolest thing that there was. And then like in high school, I was like, oh my God, remember Gumby? And I went and bought like a videotape of it. And I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe that
that you were so involved
that I was so
with
into
yeah.
it. So I call it the Gumby factor. When you think something's amazing and then years later you go to revisit it, it's terrible.
yeah, like we tried to watch Frackle Rock like a month ago, me
Oh
and
my
Danny on
gosh.
Amazon, and it was so bad. Like we
Oh.
couldn't even get into it.
My favorite movies
Really?
from when I was a kid, though, I still can watch, and I'm still completely.
Yeah, but those are horror movies,
Yeah,
like Friday the
sometimes.
13th.
No, like real ones. The Last Unicorn and The Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Dark
ones that were
Crystal's a
black and
classic.
white from back in your day.
Or,
No, no.
or did you ever see the Never-Ending Story?
Never-ending Story.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved
huge.
that one
Yeah.
because of the big
Because
dog.
you can, I can
Yep.
watch that now and be like, oh my god, this is amazing.
But those were
Yeah.
actual good movies.
Yeah,
like
they-
Beavis and Butthead wasn't good. It was just
No,
so
it's
in
terrible.
style at the moment.
The Gumby factor doesn't affect everything. Sometimes you go back to it, you go, oh my God. It
Like
really is still
Elvira,
good.
Mistress of the Dark. I love that
Exactly,
movie
yeah.
even more now.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. But some things just don't hold up over time. you know?
No.
Yeah.
No, or
Sometimes they do.
Well, it couldn't. It's just your way your brain changes too.
I did the same thing though with Nintendo games. So the original Nintendo games are starting to pop up everywhere now.
Yeah.
And I was starting to play some of them, and I'm like, God, some of these games were so horribly hard to play. Like, how
Yeah.
did we even get anywhere in these games? Like, and you
Oh,
die
yeah.
once and you're dead, and you have to go all the way back to the beginning. Like
Yeah.
the original Zelda Link games.
It's really hard.
Yeah, you die and you're dead,
Yeah.
and you start all over.
Well,
Yeah.
that just makes sense though. If you die, that you're dead. I think that people are spoiled now because you can respawn 742 times.
Yeah, but that's
And
kind of
keep
fun now
playing.
because then you like I love not being able to actually die in games because you don't lose progress, and that is so frustrating. Like back in the day, it was so frustrating. You get so angry. Like I'm surprised we didn't break TVs back then.
Oh yeah. I had friends that absolutely would like rip through controllers, consoles. Like, I had a friend who would play the original Nintendo, which was what, the NES.
Mm-hmm.
I'd break at least 2 or 3 of those controllers a week. Being
Yeah.
infuriated at
I
whatever
got
game.
so
I swear
mad.
to God.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
I
would-
got so mad.
I'm
one
not
week.
kidding. He would bite them. He would get so infuriated he would become enraged and
eat them
and bite them, and they would have teeth marks in them, and then eventually he would like tear them out of the game and like hurl them at windows, break holes in the walls, and I was like,
And what
I
is
swear
this
to God.
person doing today?
He's in jail.
It's hard to say. Yeah, but I'm dead serious. Yeah, and I had friends that would be like, "Oh, I got to go to KB and get another controller," and he'd be like, "What?
What the hell's KB?
KB Toys.
There used to be a toy store in the mall.
Oh
called KB
yeah,
Toy
yeah,
Store.
yeah. I know what KB is now. I
And-
didn't think of that.
Yep, and
They used to sell Furbies. They were like the only place to get Furbies around Christmas time.
Yeah. I hear that now that Toys R Us like went away, it's coming back.
I heard it's coming back.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, they
KB
said
Toys
that. I
coming
haven't
back.
seen that. I haven't seen anything come up though.
So what, they went like declared bankruptcy, figured their stuff out, and now they're coming back?
No, KB is coming back.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, they decided like now that Toys R Us is no
Gone.
longer like a
Gone.
major competitor, is a good time to pop back up, I suppose.
The toy stores were always so ridiculously expensive, and now we have Amazon, which is the biggest problem because you can walk into a Toys R Us and scan an item, and it's $20 cheaper on Amazon.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
Why buy it at Toys R Us when you can save money and wait 2 days?
Yeah. I mean, it's, toys are one of the like Legos and stuff. They're crazy expensive.
Lego sets for a 4-year-old are like $50.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like nuts. It's
We
like,
just looked at a 37-piece magnet set
Yep.
for $60 at Target.
What kind of magnets?
Oh my god!
They're those little magnets that you use to like build things, or just little
Oh, yeah,
squares
like
that
to
are
make
like magnetics
sculptures?
or something. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
make things with them. But 37-piece.
Like not even 40.
No,
You're paying
37
$60.
pieces for $60.
How did they come up with that?
It's way more than a buck a magnet.
I don't know.
How did they come up with like, okay, so
Some
it's
marijuana
like
user
filling the
probably did it.
bag, and then we're like, oh, it doesn't fit an even amount. Well, we'll just make it 37.
Yeah, that's a good question.
They waited.
Yeah.
They probably
They
waited.
made the bags before they realized how much could fit in it.
And yeah, I'm gonna count all 37 pieces when I get
You
home.
better do that.
'Cause
You bought it, of course.
You know
bought
I'm
it.
gonna feel gypped if there's 36 in there.
Have you ever been tempted to count the squares of toilet paper? Like, because who seriously knows? It says there's 1,000 sheets.
I trust the
Are you
Charmin
serious?
Bear.
Yeah, I
Like,
trust.
you don't know though. Like,
I trust
for
the
real,
TP people.
the people at
Yeah.
Scott could be laughing at us the whole time.
Oh,
being
see,
like,
They're
I
already
buy
laughing at
Charmin.
us for
1,000
charging
sheets.
$8.
There's been 896 sheets the whole time.
Now, they're already on their yacht laughing at us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the
Just
Charmin
peasant
Bear.
butt wipers.
It's not Charmin. The bear isn't Charmin, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the bear's Charmin.
ultra soft or all
But
softer.
you know what
Oh, you
commercial
know
we
what? I
should
was
do? We
thinking
should
of
do the
that.
Charmin commercial where the little teddy bear boy and
Oh.
the underwear's on the floor,
My
and he's like, "I'll
hiney's
get it
clean."
because my hiney's clean." Ooh, my
I-
hiney's
I'm
clean.
Charmin clean.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
me and Caitlin were just
Enjoy
at
the go.
Enjoy the go.
Yeah, me and Caitlin were just at Target, and there's a new kids book about butts,
What?
and it's like a
Why does
toddler book.
mine have a crack?
And do
Did
they?
I break it?
Is it called
my
like
God.
your cakes?
I have a
cake
picture
cracks?
of it. No,
Cakes. Wow.
it's literally called. I took a picture of it because I need a new butt, and he literally goes shopping in the book for a new butt.
It was a little
And
disturbing.
there's scenes in the book where he spits nails out of it and stuff, and I'm like, I could never read this to my kid because my kid's gonna put a nail in his butt and think he can poop it out.
Yeah, that seems.
Then he saw his dad's plumber crack, and he's like, "Dad, your butt's broken too."
Oh my God.
Yeah, but my one time my son was sitting on a glass like thing that we have in our house. It's just like a corner table or something, and he was sitting on it. I'm like, no, Papa, you can't sit on those because it could break and then there'll be glass everywhere. And he's like, well, glass go in my butt, and I'm like, kind of, I guess it
Yeah,
could.
it
And
you don't
then he
want
goes,
that.
but I'll just poop it out. And I'm like, I don't think it's
Wow.
going that way, but but it's cute how they think that.
Yeah.
That's an odd idea for a book,
For
and
a
I'm
children's book.
surprised it got published.
It's at Target too.
She was from New Zealand.
Oh, so
Oh, well, that
we
explains
actually
it.
have a book from a guy in New. No, what's weird is that it is New Zealand. That there's a guy from New Zealand that wrote a book, called "Piranhas Don't Like Bananas."
Really?
You have to say it like that because that's how they say it in New Zealand because it doesn't rhyme when you say piranhas like bananas.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's,
Piranhas don't like bananas.
yeah, you have to say it bananas. But there's a part in the book where
Or you could New England.
there's one piranha that's like, you guys should try fruit. And then the piranha's like, no, we like feet. And then one part, it's like, we like butt. And like, I was like, oh. And then there's literally a picture of someone's butt underwater. And the piranhas are like, we prefer butt over like asparagus or something. And it's so
Well,
ridiculous,
yeah.
but it's so funny
Fair
too.
enough.
It's really funny too. But it's really funny in the book. Like, and no kid ever really picks up on it, but it's wicked funny because he's like, I prefer butts, you know?
Whatever happened to the good old days when like you opened up a book and like there was a little page where you could like pet the cat and it was
Yep.
like say meow
Right.
meow meow meow
Yeah, yeah.
meow.
We have those too.
Cat says meow,
They're
and
still
now
there.
it's like I can shoot nails out of my butt. I need a new butt.
I mean, that seems a little irresponsible on the part of the publisher. I mean, suggesting to kids that they should have nails in their butt.
I know.
Yeah, it was weird. And then there was one where some guy was painting his butt. And I was like, that's even creepier. Like Bob
Graffiti,
Ross is like
yep.
painting his butt with graffiti with a paintbrush, though.
The
Wow.
trees are
I
happy.
was just going to say,
We have
we put a
happy
happy
trees.
cloud right
Yeah, it was a paintbrush, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Someone
wonderful.
painting a kid's butt with a paintbrush in it.
What?
That's bizarre.
You're sure this was Target?
I
Yes. I have a picture of the book.
Not the deep web?
The dark web.
The dark web, the deep dark web.
We were just
Deep
talking
dark
about the
web.
dark web today, and
We
I was
were,
saying
yeah.
I kind of want to like just go on it just to
No way. I'm
browse.
terrified of it.
I'm terrified of it.
I'm terrified of it too, but like I'm curious.
I'm definitely
I would never
curious.
buy anything off of it, but I would just want to see what it looks like.
I'm very curious, but at the same time, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I wouldn't, knowing what was out there.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
People are crazy, and people are in it's beyond like the fun little fetishes that you don't judge people for, because
Right.
everyone does
Where was
something.
that? There was a guy a few years ago. Remember, he solicited. He wanted somebody to let him kill them and eat them.
And
What?
some
yeah, and then he
someone
did.
responded.
There's a page for cannibals on there, and this guy said, "I want somebody that will let me murder them and eat them."
I want to see this. I'm
And
going to
then-
look
and
this
then,
up later.
And then he did, and like when it was like part of the court case, it was like, "Well, am I really in trouble?" Like it was
Consensual.
He let me, yeah, and
I'm from what, if I remember correctly, he had all his paperwork in order.
yeah, he
like,
had the guy sign
the person,
off on
the
it and
woman,
whole
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
Wow.
And it was like a bizarre thing where
But
this
beyond someone who would post something like that, you have people that will answer it.
But how someone
it was
really
like-
wanted to give up their life.
Yeah, well, it was, you know what it was? It was like making a connection, like a dating connection. Like this guy was fascinated with, he wanted to eat somebody, and the other guy had a whole thing his whole life, like, oh my God, I wish somebody would eat me. And so they made a connection on the dark web and met up, and the guy.
I wish somebody would eat me
him.
too, but not like that.
Well, you know, you should go on the dark web.
No, because I'm telling you things like that, and then especially the
Then you get
really,
flagged and,
the really,
yeah, no.
the
Oh, for
really
sure,
gross,
right?
the really super gross stuff, and you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to sleep, and then I would think someone was in trouble, and then I'd be up all night trying to figure out how I just could save them, and then I would never think of anything like
Calm
that.
down, Sally Struthers.
And how
I'm
could you-
serious.
and you know when you see the people have like the unboxing videos on YouTube where they buy things off that web and then they
Oh yeah, like the
open them,
Dybuck
right?
box or Dabuk. Is it Dabuk or Dybuck? I always say
And
Dybuck.
my question is, who in the world is comfortable buying anything off there? Like,
I
you're
kinda
going to give
wanted to-
somebody on the deep web your credit card number?
I kind of want a Dabuk
I-
box.
I
Or is it
think
all
that-
like
in
I think
bitcoins or
you
something?
pay in bitcoins.
Oh, it's Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of want a Dabuk box just to see if like it is a real thing. Like it would be kind of neat to open them like a demon box. Obviously, I would do it with like some kind of protection.
It's
there.
not just demon boxes though that people are allegedly selling. It's
Oh,
like
right.
you
Humans.
there are some boxes that allegedly you don't even get to know what's in it. You just buy a box
Yeah.
and someone puts stuff in it and it goes to your house, and it can be as random as like a comb with bloody hair in it, or like from what I read, someone got like human teeth in it, like
Yeah.
recently extracted human teeth.
One I watched recently, the guy got
Could have been a dentist. Let's not go as far as thinking someone was murdered. It could have been a
Right.
dentist.
Well, like
because some dentist probably does is like, oh, I'm going to send these teeth in. Someone's going to think I murdered someone. You know, like
Or,
One
a
of
little
them-
extra money on the side.
One of them I watched, the guy got a hard drive, and then he actually went and got like a broken down computer. He was like, "There's no way I'm hooking this up to my computer," and he got it to show or whatever, and it was like videos of a guy capturing and torturing animals. You know, so like I don't know, like you can't mess with that stuff. That's just too weird.
There
Plus,
was a series on Showtime called The Dark Web. I'm going to have to watch it now because I'm curious.
It's a sad, scary place to be.
Yeah. Let's do that as homework. Let's watch Dark Web.
I don't think that people should be ignorant. I think that you should know that these things exist, and that it makes you safer to know. But I don't think that you should play in that playground.
I mean, plus, how are you going to?
I don't want to play in it. I just want to see it.
Yeah,
like
but
someone
once you
should
look into
screenshot
the abyss looks back at you.
How are you going to give out your address on that to have somebody
Mhm.
send something to you? Whoever's sending you this box of whatever it is now knows where you live.
Yeah, and they're clearly twisted.
Yeah, it's
true.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that Dark Web series that Showtime did because it was supposedly like real stories from the Dark Web. So I'm
Someone
kind of
said
curious.
that cannibalism story was actually Craigslist.
Oh, was it?
Oh,
Okay,
so it
my
wasn't even the
mistake.
dark web.
Well, I would argue that Craigslist is pretty dark part of the web, considering.
Well, Craigslist has changed now because they don't have a dating section anymore because of the Craigslist killer and all that
right.
crap.
So that really was in its own. See, that's what I mean. You don't even need to go to the dark web to.
that's where I found you, Brian, on Craigslist.
Fair enough.
I was looking
but-
for hot, sexy supermodels, and you emailed me, and
and you were immediately like, "Yeah, exactly what I'm looking for."
exactly. And then we did some tasteful nudes and
Tasteful.
I call it boudoir photography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like laying on the hood of his truck.
Yep. And remember I had
No,
that.
no,
With, like, the battery hooks on his chest.
Yep. And you remember I had that suede loincloth on?
Yep. That we made
That was
from something we got on the dark web.
Yep.
Just kidding. Don't call the FBI on me.
Yeah, right.
I've never been on it. I don't know how to get on it.
I would go that far. I would say if you go on to that, you're on got to be flagged. You got to be on some kind of a list.
No, I
Go on the
truly
deep
believe.
web.
I was joking when I said
No
that,
way.
but I truly believe that you look into stuff like that, even as out of curiosity, it changes you.
Well, you
Like
can't
there's
unsee
the
certain
saying,
things. Yeah.
you know, you look into the abyss and the abyss looks back. There's a reason there that's a saying, is because you can't do stuff like that and not have it affect you in some way.
True. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
No, and you can't unsee certain things. and it
I can't get
changes
rid of
you,
my
yeah.
curiosity ever, but I kind of am. I'm going to watch the show on Showtime and see if that kills it, because I remember there was a show and it got picked up for more than one season.
About the dark
I don't
web.
Yeah,
remember
and I
that.
think it's called Dark Web. I think it's just called, or Dark Net or something, and it's
just
about
stories
stories from the dark web, I think, or it's reenactments of things or something. But it was something about the dark web, and it was on HBO or Showtime, and it was like a really
See, I don't even know if I could watch it. I think it would freak me out.
See,
'Cause I know it's real. I love
Right.
horror movies because they're not real.
I originally thought
some
it
of them are
was-
all based off of real stuff, though.
yeah.
Silence of the Lambs are all based off of
Right.
real people, but it's all one person.
See, I originally thought it was illegal to
Yeah.
go on the dark web,
No.
but then I realized if people are putting up videos that they did go on there and buy things, then obviously they would be putting themselves in.
I think you
danger
just
of
have to
a
be very
raid.
careful what you're doing on the dark web so you don't get
Right.
in trouble. Like I'm sure there's legal stuff on the dark web.
I don't know. There would be
Oh,
no
well.
need for it to be on the dark web if it was
True.
legal.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, you don't go and advertise like your local mom and pop shop on the dark web to drive more customers there. So
yeah, probably not.
no.
Uh-huh.
Unless, it depends on the mom. and
Oops, I
pop.
gotta take hair Alex over there.
ShopHattingMall.com.
You can find her on the dark web, the regular web, Facebook,
Twitter,
and the light web,
the white web.
and also in Charlotte's web. Patty's on many webs.
Yep.
And she has
Cobwebs.
cobwebs.
the worldwide interweb.
That's right. Patty cobwebs.
Oh, that would make a great Farmers Only commercial.
Oh,
I could
yeah.
like write things in my cobwebs, like like terrific.
Oh my god, I have like a millipede costume.
Double R,
Like
double
Charlotte.
I.
We can make you
Spider,
like a
yeah.
spider costume, and you can be like, "I'm Charlotte. I'm looking for my Wilbur."
I'm Charlotte and I'm a harlot.
She is.
Right, see that?
Charlotte the harlot,
Wicked.
looking for a piece of bacon.
That's gross.
Well, you're looking for a man. That is a piece of
I know,
bacon.
but when I hear someone say bacon, I think of you. I don't want to,
Whoa,
want to
whoa.
have that
Oh.
connotation in my head.
Whatever, you're attracted to me. You want me.
Oh my god. She's like, no.
Patty looks at me like she looks at a steak. Yum, yum, yum.
I do have those. I do have eyes for a steak, though, depending on the
yeah,
steak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when a steak comes out, Patty's eyes grow really big, and she's like, she's all of a sudden Beavis and
Well, I
Butthead.
don't have steak that often, so
Oh.
every whatever.
I love a steak.
I do too,
Next,
but-
when we have this commercial night, I'll make steaks.
Okay.
I'll make us some bomb steaks,
Deal.
some mashies, and
The
green
last
beans.
time when
and,
you cooked those steak tips, remember those? Those were fantastic.
yeah, your steak tips were great too. And I know you don't normally cook
Right,
steak because your
that's
wife
right.
doesn't eat red meat.
I usually do, but well, she doesn't. Yeah, but
Oh my god, the show's over.
oh my god.
Oh
Who
my
knew?
god, you guys, that went so
I
fast.
really
Yes.
did.
So thank you for tuning in to Life's a Drag on WSMN 1590. I'd like to thank both of my co-hosts, Patty and Caitlin, and I would like to also thank our very extra special guest, Brian.
And thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Life's a Drag on WSMN 1590, and next week we will be joined by audition contestants Cordelia Rose and Trisha LaFay.
Ooh, don't miss it.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Life's a Drag. Bye.
Bye.